Oh. Uh-huh. Oh. We did see those. Those are cool.
So he's coming on the clouds.
We looked at smaller versions of that. Yeah, we looked at like actual like camper. That's not bad. Well, that one is. Well, that's 535. But yeah, I got you. Okay, cool. We're gonna look at all of our options and then make. That's true. That's true.
Our God is the
Cool. All right.
The Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. And every knee will bow before
She's a good sub.
him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sin of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow.
How are you? It's good to see you guys. Glad y'all are here. Looking good, man. Looking good. I like it.
So open up the gates. So open up the gates. Make a way before the King of Kings. The God who comes to save is here to set the captives free.
I'm doing really well. I really am. Yeah. I am
Almighty.
talking at you today. You're ready. All right. It's coming.
The Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. And every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain.
All right.
The sin of the world.
I
His
understand
blood
that.
breaks the chains.
I do.
And every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before him. Oh, who can stop the Lord Almighty? Oh, who can stop the Lord Almighty? Oh, who can stop the Lord Almighty? Oh, who can stop the Lord? Oh, sing it out. Oh, who can stop the Lord Almighty? Oh, who that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross, you would lay down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Sing worthy. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross, you would lay down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me.
Hey, shake a hand next to you, welcome somebody around you, hug a neck, something, whatever you got. All right, you can have a seat. Thank you guys so much. So glad to see you guys on this beautiful fall day, right? Yeah, I'm telling you what, it's great to have some cooler weather out there, and it almost feels like December right now. I'm telling you. Right, I mean, seriously, I'm telling you. How many of you guys got a whole bunch of rain at your house? Whew. How many of you have now invested in flood insurance at your house? I'm telling you, there were people that I was talking to, they were like, yeah, we checked on that, we don't have it. You might need to start thinking about that, I don't know. I'm just glad we live up the mountain and not down the mountain, right? So, hey, we're so glad you guys are here. My name is Pastor Charles. I am the lead pastor here at the church at Estrella. And making her way up here is my beautiful wife. I bring her next to me because I know that I'm not any good to look at, but she is. All right, and so she'll be up here in just a second. But hey, while she's making her way up here, last week we continued on with our series called Divine Direction, which we'll be continuing on with that today. And actually, you're in for a treat. Because I'm not preaching, right? Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Very good. Hey, there. Oh, good. We don't want you to have to sit on the front row, but you got some more chairs coming for these guys. They don't have to sit up here on the front row. We'll get them some good stuff here. Yeah, look at that. So the guy pulling out the chairs over there, he's Caleb. He's our family pastor. Usually we keep him hidden because he's a much better looking guy than I am, right? He's got a cool beard and all that kind of stuff. And he's got all that vibe going on. So usually I keep him hidden over there with the kids. But we're going to let him out today to come talk to you guys. I'm excited about the message that he's going to be bringing. But last week, as part of our series, we talked about GPS. Go, pursue, and serve. And we had cards, serve cards that were out there. And we put those back out again today because I know some of you weren't here last week as we talked about how important it is to serve and be engaged in serving. That we believe that this is a worship service. And so there's an element there that we are supposed to be serving in what we are doing. And so on the back of it has places for you to say, hey, these are things I'm interested in. And you could do like somebody else did where they filled all of this out and put somebody else's name on there because they just voluntold somebody else what it was that they needed to be doing.
And she's not even here today.
Yeah,
to
and
defend herself.
Yeah, she's not even here to defend herself on that. So maybe you're like, hey, I know what this person needs to do. Sign them up, all right? We're glad with doing that. So if you want to talk about the welcome card?
Oh, but I was going to say, but if you did fill that out, we took a week of vacation. So it happens.
We worked hard this week.
We worked really hard, and so I set everything up. So this next week, you will get calls from the leaders in charge of all those areas about following up on, you know, how often you want to serve and just what capacity exactly you want to serve in. So we will follow up. We haven't forgotten. Because we are super excited about all the cards that we did get back.
Oh, it was incredible. I was blown away. Just absolutely blown away.
That was the other part, because there were a lot of them.
There were a lot of them.
So I didn't get them all entered should get calls next week. So, welcome. We are so excited you guys are here on your seat. Wait, or did you already talk about this?
I didn't. I
Okay.
just jumped into this one. I didn't steal your thunder today.
Oh, thank you. There is a welcome card on your seat. We would love if you would just take a few moments and fill that card out. There's a spot at the bottom for prayer requests. And our staff prays for those prayer requests every single week. And so we would just love if you guys could share your prayer requests with us and also share your information with us. That just helps us know who's here and who we're missing.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. We do. We love praying for you guys and being engaged with what's going on in your families.
we've got a busy week coming up.
We do have a busy week coming up. So this week, all right, this week is Screamfest. Screamfest will be here.
Put
Oh,
on
I
the
left
enjoy.
bad information up there. It's all right. You can take that image down. I left text up there. Wonderful, much better. Screamfest is this week. Screamfest is the HOA. So here in Estrella, they put on a big Halloween thing. There are games, and they have invited our church to lead those games. We have 15 different games out there. And if you're like, well, what kind of games are you talking about? Lorraine and her husband built some games, and they are back there. They look amazing. There's one that's a Feed Lola, which she's a little alien, and then a Monster Toss game. And so those are just a sample of some of the games that we'll have going on. And so some of you have already signed up to help out with that event. Some of you are still on the fence about whether or not you could help out with that event. Hey, let us know today. Stephanie and I will be back there at the very end, and we would love to get you plugged in with that. And then again, we'll call this week with, hey, here's the game that we'd love for you to help out with, to run, to hand out some prizes and stuff with kids. So much fun there at this event and getting to serve our families that are here. There'll be about 1,000 people at that event, and so very, very cool thing. And then that's this Friday, the 19th. And then on the 31st, a couple of people that have already signed up for some cars to decorate them and have some treats to hand out of the back of them. We're still looking for somebody to drive a little train around. So if you're like, hey, that's me, I'm interested in that, then you can write on the serve card, you can write on the welcome card, or you can come back and see us at the end to let us know, hey, I'd love to help out at that trunk or treat. I'd love to decorate my trunk, come hang out and be a part of that night. It's going to be fun, good times. And also, if you're like, oh man, I'm just not available and I don't really want to do any of that, let me tell you, the other thing we could use is it's going to take a little bit of candy for that night, right, to hand it out. We'll probably have 300 or 400 kids that'll walk through with everything that'll go on, which is awesome. So excited about that. And so if you can help out even just bringing a bag of candy. And so we'll take those, we'll have bins the next 2 weeks, the next 2 Sundays for candy. And so if you're like, oh man, you know what, I can't do the other, but I could do, great. We thank you so much for jumping in and helping out that way. So, hey, do we have anything else? That's a lot.
That is a lot. I think we're good.
All right, awesome. Let me pray for us, and then we'll continue.
Oh wait, did you want to talk about your shirt or no?
No.
Or is that a surprise?
Shh. The secret. Don't let the cat out of the bag on that one.
Got it.
My goodness. All right. See, now you just know there's something else that's sitting out there, and nobody knows now. That's even better. Let me pray for us, and then we'll continue
Clearly,
on with
I
some
know.
God honor and worship. Father, thank you so much for just the opportunity to come into your presence and to worship you and to give glory to your name for who it is that you are and for the things that you are doing. God, I thank you that you have placed us here with a heart to serve not only those right here in Australia, but God, the nations from this location. And I thank you for people that you continue to bring around and to be a part of this church that have the heart of doing that. God, I pray that we would have some amazing conversations with people about that and about getting connected in. We just give you all of the glory and the honor in your name. Amen.
If you guys would stand as we continue to worship. Now no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. I am no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. Sing it out. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. Christ alone, my hope is found. He is my life, my strength, my song. This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. What heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are still, when striving cease, my comforter, my all in all. Here in the love of Christ I stand. In Christ alone, who took on flesh, fullness of God in helpless babe. This gift of love and righteousness, scorned by the ones he came to save. Till on that cross, as Jesus died, the wrath of God was satisfied. For every sin on him was laid. Here in the death of Christ I live. There on the ground, his body lay, light of the world by darkness slain, and bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave he rose again. And as he stands in victory, since curse had lost its grip on me, for I am his, and he is mine, bought with the precious blood of Christ. No guilt in life, no fear in death. This is the power of Christ in me. From life's first cry to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. No power of hell, no scheme of man can ever pluck me from his hands, till he returns or calls me home. Here in the power of Christ I'll stand. As we receive it. So heads are supposed to or tails I don't. Order the buckler and shield and prepare for battle.
What is up, everybody? Welcome. Just put that on the right here for a second. Welcome back to the church at Estrella. We are so glad that you guys are here this morning. My name is Pastor Caleb, and I am the family pastor here at the church, which means that I do a lot of things. So I'm over the kids, and I help out with the connection groups, community groups, and discipleship, and just basically anything else that Charles needs me to do, I do it. I'm like a gopher. It's awesome. It's great. I love it. And so every now and again, he lets me come over here and hang out with you guys, and I'm super excited. Usually I'm over in kids' church, and we're having a huge party over there every week, dancing and singing and playing games and having way more fun than you guys are having over here. I'm sorry, it's true. We just have more fun over there in kids' church because that's what we do. We love having fun, right? So, but man, I'm so happy to be here with you guys this morning. And for those of you who are watching online, man, we're so glad that you have chosen to take a little bit out of your day to be with us as well. So we are on this series. We're actually about to wrap it up on the series called Divine Direction. And we've been talking about decisions and making God-honoring decisions and how we can do that. That's pretty difficult, right? Making choices, like you just saw in that video, that's hard to do. And we make choices every single day from, all right, when I get up out of bed, what time am I going to get up this morning? Or am I going to hit that snooze button, or am I going to get up on the first alarm? My wife will tell you, we've only been married for a little bit, a few months, and she found out very quickly that I have about 10 alarms set between 6 and 7 a.m. About every 5 minutes to go on to help me get up. And so, man, but what are we going to do? What breakfast are we going to eat? And then what shirt am I going to put on? Should I just, do the wrinkle thing where I flip the shirt a couple of times and put it on? Or do I iron it? We make so many decisions every day. We make so many decisions a lot of times. We make some of them automatically. But then there are big decisions, right? We make big decisions that have a lot of big life applications and implications for us. And so, man, that's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about just all of these decisions. We've been having this key thought throughout Divine Direction. We're going to put it up there. The key thought is that the decisions that we make today determines the stories that we will tell tomorrow, right? The decisions that we make today will determine that the stories that we tell tomorrow. And we've got another key thought that I love, and it's that direction, not intention, determines our destination. So the series is not called Divine Destination, but it's called Divine Direction, because that means that God is more concerned about the direction that our life is headed and who we are and who we're becoming, more so than, where we land and where we end up, which is just a huge relief, because that means that if I decide to eat the sugary cereal, as long as I'm praying about it first, it's going to be okay, right? Right? So that's good. I got a couple of laughs. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that sympathy laugh. That was good. Okay. So today, what we are going to be talking about is this idea of connection. We're going to be talking about this idea of connect. Now, I want to do something. I'm a very interactive kind of guy with the kids. I have to engage them, or else they fall asleep on me or start running around the room like crazy people, right? So I'm going to engage you guys a little bit. Raise your hand if you are here and you have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, LinkedIn, any of those sort of things. Some of you guys are like, I don't know what some of those things are that you just said. That's okay. That's all right. Very good. Excellent. I figured everybody did. So I want you to do something for me. How many of you guys have Facebook on your phone? Facebook is the most popular. Awesome. Very good. It's okay. There's no shame. Good. Go ahead and pull it up for me. And I want you to see how many friends that you have on Facebook. If you were in our community groups, you did this little fun drill. And I'm going to pull up mine as well. And we're going to see, wow, my number jumped up, cool. So, that's fun, all right? So, I want you to see if you can find out how many friends you have on your Facebook account. Now, I showed that I have 1,739 friends on Facebook. Yeah, that's good stuff, right? That's fun. That's a good amount of people. When I wrote this, I had 1,730, so I got 9 more friends in like a few days. Woohoo, yay me. All right? So, very good. I don't know. Yeah, joy. All right, so somebody, who is the brave soul and is going to be willing to share with me how many friends you have? All right, right here.
282.
282 friends. That's a good number.
7.
7 friends. Wow, I need to be your friend. That's awesome. That's good. Anybody else? Anybody else have a number? Want to be brave enough to share their number? How many do you have?
179.
179. You guys making me feel very bad about my 1,000 friends. All right, very good. How many do you have right here? 85. Wow. Okay. Very good. Cool. I've got a lot of friends on Facebook. Okay, maybe I need to be a little bit more picky about who I choose to friend on Facebook. Okay, very good. So, here, why am I mentioning this? Okay, by the way, you can like the church at Estrella if you want to. You can find us on Facebook and like us there if you want. That's cool, you know. While you're on Facebook, you might as well. All right, maybe take a selfie. Hey, what's up? I'm at church. Cool. It's fun, you know. We're letting you do that at church. This is a fun place. This is awesome. Okay, we can let you do that. All right, but why does it matter? 1,700. When I wrote this, 1,730 friends. That's 1,730 individuals that I am connected to. Some of you guys said 300, 400, 800 friends. Now, the crazy thing is there are people that have way more friends than me on social media. Right in between, maybe several of your social media accounts, you have a lot of friends, and that's a lot of connections, right? Those are individuals that you have that are a part of your life that you're connected to. And that got me thinking. I was like, man, friends. I don't know that I would honestly say that I have 1,730 friends, right? That's kind of crazy. But they are my friends, but they're not really friends. And so that got me thinking, man, this idea of friends has changed a lot over the past 20 years, right? I'm going to put up a picture on the screen. Who here remembers this television show? Yeah? You guys remember that? That was a good one, right? Yeah, Cheers. Good stuff. Everyone knows your name. Oh, all the feel-good stuff, right? Let's go to the next one. Man, what about this show? Yeah, good stuff, yeah? Great show, all right? And then we've got, of course, this show, Friends, okay? Yeah, I know. My friend Jen back there loves this show. It's good. All right, and then finally, this one is actually one that's still on the air right now, The Big Bang Theory, right? These are great shows. These are 4 of the most popular television shows of all time. And what are they about? What are they about? So somebody, this is an interactive thing, okay? I'm just letting you know right now, right? I'm not just going to let you sit there, right? What are these shows about? What's something that these shows are about? Yeah, what are they about? Reality, okay, they're about reality, right? They're about real life. What else are they about? Yeah. Relationships, right? They're about reality, they're about relationships, right? They're all about being connected. And I think it's very interesting, right? That from the first episode of Cheers, which I believe premiered back in the 80s, and there's been a TV show that is about a group of friends hanging out, doing life together, and the Big Bang Theory is still on television right now. So you've got this huge span of time where this idea has been wildly popular. And I began to think to myself, well, why is this so popular? And I believe that the reason that these TV shows are so popular, even long after the final episode airs, like people watch these shows over and over and over and over again, right? Why is that? I think because we all, deep down, we long for that sort of connection. Right? We long to have those relationships where we can just be who we are without judgment, and we have people who will come alongside of us and do life with us and will fly across the world for us and go through life with us. If we have heartache, or maybe we lose a house, we can have somebody that we can move in with, or if we go through like a divorce or a loss of a loved one, or relationship problems, that we can have somebody that is there loving on us and where we can talk to, and no matter what, they're right there with us, right? And I think that there's a lot of comfort in that, and we yearn for that sort of thing, which is why we like watching it on TV, right? And I think that more and more that we are lacking that. It's becoming an increasingly rare thing, this sort of relationship. Now, Charles, a couple of weeks ago, he talked about this idea of stop. Right? And he said, a lot of really, really good stuff. If you can go online and on YouTube and watch the sermons, they've really been a blessing in my and Megan's life. I know we've really enjoyed them. But he talked about this idea of stop. And he encouraged us to take a good look at our lives and see if there was anything in our lives that was holding us back from pursuing Christ. If there was anything in our lives that was keeping us from being, from pursuing Jesus like we needed to. And he singled out this idea of addiction, right? He said, man, if there's anything that you're addicted to, whether that be maybe like smartphones or maybe a relationship that's unhealthy or whatever that might be, maybe something more serious. But, he played a funny clip and, the guy said, stop it, just stop, right? And he said that if we're, addicted, if we're putting something in front of Christ, then we need to stop it. And so as I was preparing for this sermon and the ideas that we're talking about today, he sent me a really awesome TED Talk, a guy named Johann Hari, and he talked all about addiction and how to help people that were struggling with addiction. And it was great, it was amazing. Johann Hari is the guy's name. You can look him up. It's a great, great video. But I thought it was really, really good. He said something very powerful at the end of the talk. He said that the opposite of addiction is connection. I thought that, oh man, that's so good. He said the opposite of addiction is connection. And he was talking about how to help people that were addicts. And he said that actually the best thing that we can do is with somebody who is struggling with addiction, whatever that might be, is instead of like threatening our love or threatening our relationship with them is, if they do this, this, and this, then we'll love you, right? He said actually studies have shown, like recent studies have shown, that the best solution, the best way that we can help somebody that's struggling with addiction is to actually love them unconditionally. Oh, man. So the opposite of addiction is connection, and the best way to help somebody who is going through something like this is to love them unconditionally. Now, where do you think the best place that somebody can experience connection and unconditional love is in the world, in America today? Where do you think the best place that they can experience that is? What? Yeah, in the church. Or at least it should be the best place that they experience that, right? Why? Because that's what our leader did, right? The church should be full of people who are pursuing Jesus and following Jesus and people who are just seeking truth and want help, right? And so if our leader, the guy that we are modeling ourselves after, the guy who established the church, that's what he was all about. He said, you know what? The two biggest commands are to love God and to love people. And the kind of love that Jesus demonstrated was unconditional love. So that's the kind of love that we should be just handing out in mass. That's the kind of love that when people walk through the doors of the church and they're hurting, they're going through something, man, they should experience just this unconditional love that's crazy, that doesn't make any sense, but we just keep giving it out anyway, because that's what Jesus did, right? He went to the cross and he died for the whole world, and he took the punishment for sin that he wasn't guilty of. That's unconditional love. That's huge. That's what a leader did. And so we should be doing the exact same thing. And so I've got good news for you guys. Like if you're struggling with addictions, or you know somebody that is, man, the church is the best place that you can be. Now, we're not perfect, right? The church is full of imperfect people, and we're not going to be perfect at this, but man, I believe that this is the best shot that somebody has. And as the church, we've got the best chance of helping people that are struggling with these things. It's amazing. Okay, so the opposite of addiction is connection, being connected with a people, a group of people, friends, right? And then the best way to cure that is unconditional love. Now, some of you are like, okay, well, that's cool. I'm not addicted to heroin or crack cocaine or, anything like that, so I'm good to go, right? You're like, I can just shut down and shut off, and I don't need connection, then I don't need the church. Well, I would argue maybe you actually do, okay? Because why do we need friends? Why are connections important? Okay, and I've got one word that I think will make an impact and answer that question. Anybody want to guess what that word is? It's okay. Take a guess.
Love.
Huh? Love, that's good. That's not the word I'm thinking of, though. Why do you need friends? Why does it matter that we have friends, that we have connections?
Support.
Acceptance, support, those are all things that friends give us. But accountability, yeah, that's good. So those are things that friends give us. But the word I'm looking for, why somebody would need friends. If somebody doesn't think, wow, why do I need friends? Why do I need the church? I'm good, I'm not addicted, I don't need love or support or whatever. Here's what I would propose to you. The word that I'm thinking of is, is influence. 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 Why does it matter? Because we are always being influenced by those around us. Now, even if you don't have a lot of people that you have around you, for some reason you're living in a bubble and you never have any human interaction, well, that's impressive. Good job. It's possible nowadays, right? But we are always being influenced by those around us, the people that we work with, the people that we go to school with. Everybody, we are surrounded by people that are influencing us. They're always sharing their beliefs, their ideas, what they think about something. They're always trying to influence us. And even if you don't interact with any humans whatsoever, you probably still watch TV, you probably still listen to the radio, and even then, you're being influenced by all of these things. Right? If you did nothing but listen to only CNN or did only listen to Fox News for like an entire year, you would probably start to be influenced one way or the other, right? There's a very big difference between those two. You're being influenced by something at all times. And so, guys, it's very important that we know that those things that influence us, they matter. There's a quote, so we're using a book by a guy named Craig Rochelle. It's called Divine Direction. And at the beginning, those are then it's a 6 game, or you're out with people with. If you're, do you know it in your life that he's headed? If you're like the thing that you have by Solomon, or the that are you make terrible people who are going to. The guy called Giants, and he was a man after it's a man. Praise song, that he wanted to kill David, called David during a secret mission. He had a guy was we're gonna chat amount of time. Excellent, yeah. This is a crazy stuff. David and Bathsheba. I'm gonna tell you a story, right? But he wasn't. But on this, right? Well, what's his castle? And so he became pregnant fighter, best fighter, and then everything is gonna be okay. So Uriah back, and then have the he gets so sudden he looks like what he's God knew what David had done, and that's not good at all. There's 1 through Nathan's of sheep and cattle with him, but the rich man he lives. The man, no taking whatever he wants. You had done something wrong. Got himself into really like he made lots of the story, harming him and the situation. Before we move on, the situation was on this woman. The result of this, I'm passing on Absalom a little bit because while David didn't live David's life, it doesn't tell us. It doesn't matter how and redeem that took sheep and a friend around us and challenge us. Just kind of ignore, right? And so he one man accountability to say thing. No, it's accountable. The guts. That's what we're called to. I'm afraid to tell us the great verse. This is from an image. Like they're hurting. Hey, dude, they're telling you David was lucky to come up and tell us. Get us close. They're helping people. Hanging out with church people. All right. So ourselves with people. Jesus. And if we normally would charge people. Gotten so close to a couple of things that. And this downtown Phoenix, it got me thinking that was really interesting. Increasing. When people that live in America, wow, moved here, Charles, have necessarily anybody. I don't know the sermon that we're living has great, and then that's it. So we don't have any something. We're going to be. That means that they have anybody. Nobody understands, and we can be if you find the woman. She looks around and her life friend reach out to those connections. That's awesome. It has to offer one that we desire decisions, and then that right. If you're anybody, love and the connection. Church is full of man. Our community groups that most of them have might not look like point to the right direction. If you people in your life, not after. If you want how you continue to love those that would be so.
Hey, thank you, David. Our connection. In fact, there's a lack of into that idea. Right. To bless to you how our days that are left and praying about what it is and this message now. So we'll be picking up Life Givers Church around. Hey, he's being the moment you have and we invite you to worship. It's great for us. Any of those things, the way that you just build a relational neighbor that's right here. God,